Hey guys, Jerry here and welcome back to Banished. It's in the middle of winter, our crops are pretty much no-go, so that's not gonna happen anything there at least. Our blacksmith has reached his cap, our tailor I guess is working, but he's severely limited on resources available to him. So hopefully we can soon get some, some sheep or something so we have a bit more material for him to work with. In the meantime, it looks... well, I was just about to say that it looks though the snow is clearing away, but no, it isn't. It's on full power. So, we got our coal mine here working, although it's not really producing a lot from what I can tell. Might be partly due to the fact we only have one miner in there. Might also be part of... actually, we don't have anything in stored at all, so... Now, I'm wondering... we have one herbalist, but we only have 9 herbs. Is it just because he's not really doing anything, or... previous season, 2 herbs, current season, 2 logs. Yeah, okay, it's because he's not doing anything. Interesting. Very interesting. What a waste of human resources. So, now... one thing I really want to do this episode is actually get a town hall set up. Now, the town hall, while by no means an important building in terms for the villagers, it is a building that has certain significance for me because, first of all, it allows us to... I'm just wondering, would it look better if we put it back a bit, or should we place it all the way in front? I think it would look best if we put it back a bit. Yeah, let's do that. Anyway, what I was saying is that the town hall, it's not really an important building for the villagers because it doesn't really do anything for them. But for me, it gives me a number of tools to monitor and plot some graphs and such over how my settlement here is doing. And, well, that used all the stone we had. And it still is a lot more. Anyway, it's a really expensive building, but it does give a bunch of useful tools to for you to monitor how your village is doing. And it also allows for immigration of random people to join your settlement, should they so desire. Basically, nomads will show up, and if you accept their applications, whatever, they will then move into your town. Especially, first, if you have a boarding house, they will move in there, and then from there they'll move on to houses if you have spare. Like they as it is right now, you can have, as you can see here, 5 adults living in the same house because they're all family, supposedly. But that won't do with the immigrants. They're not families, so they want their own houses and their own families. So yeah, for that you need a boarding house. But we need to actually build the town hall first before any of that can become a reality. And in order to build that, I fear that we might need to go over here and collect some of all the stone. And maybe also send an expedition out for some of the iron that is right over here. Now we're gonna have to clear all that out anyway, so at some point we might as well get it done. We're also gonna need to build a town hall at one point, so might as well do it now while we have a bit of surplus resources. We don't really have that much, but we have some at least. Stone, not really that much surplus there. We have 4 stone cutters working pretty hard. 93% remaining, god. They are... like, that quarry is gonna run out of stuff pretty soon, and the thing is, once a quarry runs out of stuff, it's just gonna leave a giant hole in the ground where you can't really use it anymore, as far as I know. That might not be completely accurate, but from what I know, that is how it functions. But yeah, oh, someone grew up and became a laborer. Very nice. We can assign those to be a builder then. Looks as though they've already started collecting stuff out here, yeah. I'm guessing one of these guys working out here is the blacksmith. That's a tailor with no resources. And then there's one little gal there. The blacksmith is much faster than the tailor for some reason. Is she healthy or younger, or... She's actually older and about the same health, so that can't be it. Anyway, one of them was faster than the other. I can't explain it. But yeah, another key thing of the blacksmith, I'm actually gonna install these to make steel tools now. Another key thing of not the blacksmith but the town hall is the fact that it allows you to like plot your food usage, for instance, over time, so you can see exactly how much food you're using, and that makes it a lot easier than just looking at this number to determine whether you actually have a surplus or not. So that is a good thing. Now, blacksmith 47% complete. They've collected quite a bit of the stone needed. Still need more. We still have, yeah, they're still working on it. They'll get it done eventually. I just realized there's a hill right here that might make our city planning a bit more difficult. But we still have the large area there. We have a large area over here without hills, so meh, it'll be fine. Although I am kind of disappointed that this area here is just a wee bit too hilly to actually use for anything. So, let us speed up the time a bit, because right now nothing interesting is happening at all. We're still gathering materials for this one. People are working to bring stuff in. Blacksmith working a wee bit. Can make a couple of steel tools. That's gonna make someone happy. I believe that when you have a steel tool, let's actually put this one up to 500, just so we have enough firewood. I also think the firewood is actually quite valuable if we were to trade it away, so let us add 100 firewood here to the inventory. Another 100. It seems that we made it through last winter pretty okay, so shouldn't be an issue. We also have a large surplus of logs for once. That is not something I'm used to seeing in this game. Generally logs are the first thing to just completely disappear for me, but right now we're actually doing okay with them, so that makes me happy. Now, do we have any... there are a couple of stones right there we could possibly collect as well. They're pretty close. We should probably... I really want to plan another house, but I don't think we have the food supply to do it right just for now. Like, the number seems pretty stable right there, so I don't want to upset it too much, if possible. It's already autumn again, and they're harvesting the fields here. That's gonna give us a boost, I guess, on the whole food situation. But then again, during winter, of course, the food will then drop down rapidly again. Oh, we have a trader. Excellent, excellent. Let us quickly slow down the game a bit, just so we can actually trade with him. See, what does he have? He has pear seeds, which we cannot afford. But as you can see, he does actually pay premium for firewood, so if only he had something we can actually afford. Now the guy here, as you can see, all the stuff that he sells, pears, apples, cherry, pecan, plums, walnuts, wheat seeds, those are all the seeds that we can buy, and eventually they're sort of a an indicator for how well you're doing in the game. But we can't really afford them right now, and besides... Did I still pause the game? Yeah, okay. We can't really afford them, and besides, all the... we have yet to use all the seeds that we do have. I do believe, though, that you have unlimited seeds, so if you wanted, you could just make 10 squash farms or whatever, but that's not really ideal. Alright, so they just about managed to halve the entire field. That gave us, yeah, just about the same as last season, so... decent enough, I guess. Stone workers, collecting. Gatherers, working hard. Hardly working. One of them's bound to be right. Oh, we have... damn, we have a lot of laborers right now. God. Alright, well, let's get 2 of those in gatherers so we can up our food production a bit, and then let's put 1 in the mine. And put 1 more in the herbalist. And see if we can actually get the herbalist to work. Because right now they're not doing their jobs. I don't know if we just happen to place the obelisk in an area that doesn't have any herbs at all, but that right there, that looks like an herb. And that looks like an herb. Or maybe it's something they collect in here. But I don't think so. I think those are herbs. But they're just not... Oh, now they're finally picking some up. Okay, well... Maybe we have a bugged herbalist, I don't know. And maybe we just needed the second one to actually do anything. But, or... Maybe people... Yeah, I think people are stealing them and hiding them in their houses. In any case, we need... I don't get why the herbalists don't seem to be working that well, because like my last game I managed to in no time gather 100 herbs and then they didn't consume a single one throughout the entire game. So I am not certain about that one. I must admit though, I seem to be... In terms of the amount of time we spend in this game, it seems that we're spending a lot of time during the winter. I don't know if that's just me or if there really is something to it, but... it does seem to be that we're spending a lot of time during winter. Let's see, once our city expands a bit, we can put another fisherman over here. That'll make... they seem to give a pretty good return on the amount of people you put in, so that's good. We have started to build a little supply of steel tools. Very nice, very nice. That's bound to make someone happy. We also have a laborer in surplus. Let's get another stonecutter in. And then I think it's time that we build another house. These houses, are they actually facing... Yeah, they're facing toward the docks, so let's get one more here. And just do a normal stone house. And then we shall finish the dirt road up around here, I think. Just for looks, pretty much, yeah. Like, there's no real reason to do what I just did, but for looks, so... Yeah, whatever. What is? So, houses, villages, numbers, people. It's all gonna be so much clearer once we have the town hall built. So if people would just get that done quickly, that would be brilliant. We need to set up more farms, I think. I would also love for them to actually come with like a trader that has some livestock we could buy. And snow's back. Beautiful. I do believe that we can afford some livestock. Oh, that's where all the herbs are going. Ah. Well, well. Well, well. What else do we have that we can actually sell here? We can sell some logs, but we're already selling the firewood. I don't think logs are worth enough. It's better to process them to firewood. For some reason. Come on, build the town hall. And then we really need to start looking at more farmland. Let us actually do that right now. We need, not an herbalist, we need a farm, crop field. Do we want to make an orchard maybe? Yeah, let's make an orchard. And for now we'll just put it right here. "15 by 15, that seems to be the largest you can possibly make an orchard. So let's go for that. They need to cut down a bunch of trees, so yeah, get right on that. Dankeschön. Whoever is working on that, at least. Someone's bound to do it. I guess the blacksmith and whoever else is out of job. Get it done. See, there are herbs right there. We do have herbs. It's just... And they're just gonna leave it all out there? Apparently so. But yeah, once this one's once this one is complete, we're gonna need to assign a bunch more farmers. to actually do that, because the two who work here will be split up. So there'll be one there and one there. So we need to get this one finished. There we go. And they can grow apples. Or that guy can grow apples. Those 3 guys, apparently. So this one supports 4 farmers, this one supports 3. So let's have 1 guy work here and two guys work here. Total numbers of workers in this. Oh, that's total farmers. Well, we only want 2 working there, and we want 1 guy working there. So 2 there and 1 there. That should be all 3 farmers. Yeah. We could reassign some gatherers, but I think for now we can't really afford to change up too much with these guys, because they're pretty much keeping us alive. As you can see, the amount of stored food is dropping at the moment. Alright, let's have a look here. Town Hall. Let's actually slow down the game a bit while we look at these stats. The Town Hall... Whoops. Town Hall, there we go. So we're in year 9, it's late spring, we knew that already. We have 13 homes, 26 families, that's more families than homes. That's kind of confusing. 39 adults, 7 students, 7 children. So, in other words, we have more families than homes, thus we are short on homes. But we can't really afford to let them breed more right now, because we don't have the food for it. So you can see produced in 1 year, used in 1 year, 5,000. So we have a small surplus. At least we had a small surplus. We can see total inventory of all items here. We have some graphs showing population. We can show logs. We can show food. Time range. If we go over the last 5 years, you can see the food stores. We can see. Yeah, all the other consumable stuff here. We can see our citizens. And apparently we have run out of clothes completely. So what are the hunters doing if they're not gathering leather? Yeah, I think the hunters might... I think we're pretty much in a situation now where the hunting cabin, there's no game around, so they're kind of not really being able to... They're not able to do much at all. So now the question is whether we should build a new hunting cabin somewhere, and I think we kind of have to. I'm just wondering where we can find enough game for them to hunt. There's a bunch over here, and that would require us to make a path. So let's just do that actually. Let's just plan out a long road there. Let's speed up the sound again. Okay, so new plan. The plan right now is that we need to move the hunting cabin. Basically, right here there are no more game down here. We've kind of scared them completely away, so the hunters don't have anything to hunt, and that makes them hopelessly inefficient. Which means that we don't get enough leather to make clothing, which means that our people are walking around naked. Where are they naked? I don't see them naked anywhere. Oh well. Pity. Shame. Alright, so road is going out here. We have... I saw the presence of game out here, so let us see. Okay, the road ends over here. You know what, let's just put the hunting cabin all the way out here. Surely there has to be some game somewhere in this forest, yeah. And surely hopefully they will remain there and not just walk away again. So that should give our one builder something to do. We have an extra laborer now we can attach to something. I think we want to get another farmer going. And then we'll assign one more here. I don't know if you assign more farmers to a field whether you can then get 2 harvests in a year or something like that, or you just end up harvesting quicker. But honestly, to me, it doesn't appear as though this field could benefit from having 4 farmers, because they're actually managing to empty it quite nicely every year, from what I can tell. The orchard here is gonna take some time before it actually starts working properly, so for now it's really not worth that much. Just a bunch of tiny little trees. And then at one point, if we do decide that we need to move it, we can cut down all the trees, get the logs from it, and then plant it somewhere else. It's, again, it's not a big deal, but it is a deal, so to speak. Whatever the hell that means, I don't even know. But yeah, cloves are a problem for us right now. We really, really need those hunters. Because at the moment, as you can see, they're hunting logs lying on the floor and not really anything else. So hopefully this one will be done soon-ish. Let's just quickly get it up to 10 speed. We can even set another builder out here. And do we have anyone else? That's not really... Let's get another miner going. Come on, finish the hunting cabin. There we go. Alright. Let's see, hunting cabin. Why can we assign 3 people to it? That's more than... Anyway, this one... There should be like a... There we go. Stop working here. Eventually I guess we can tear it down, but for now... like there's no maintenance cost involved in having the building. So that's not an issue. It's just a matter of, okay, we don't really benefit from having it there, so let's just turn it off and then get the people all the way out here working, and hopefully they will be able to actually hunt something out there. There are stuff out down here at least. Let's see, there's a pack over there as well. A herd, I guess. So yeah, plenty of stuff for them to hunt. Alternatively, we're gonna have to pretty much cross our fingers that at some point someone carrying a bunch of sheep will arrive here and we can buy some of those. But for now it seems we have actually stabilized our food situation. We have much more than we had before, and that's despite this one not being completely harvested yet. So yeah, and apparently we're having a really good harvest actually. They're beating last year's record. So that's pretty good, and hopefully the orchard will come along nicely in a couple of years. It's worth hoping for at least. But yeah, now you can see why as an extra farmer would be handy, because now the snow's falling. It's falling early this year actually, so the crops will start dying if they don't get them harvested. So luckily they do seem to be quite worried about them. In any case, they've already beaten our previous record, so we have a good supply right now. And that also means we can afford to build some more houses, but that's gonna be for next episode. So until then, I'm Jerry, this has been Banished, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!